the girls with their nails done now.
Everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Okay, so yesterday I did a video about going from socialism to America and then back again, and I said that that video would be tied to today's video. So it is tied to today's video because what the people of Cuba are seeing and experiencing, we just might see and experience here in this country as well, okay? And what I mean by that is the guy who is running for, what is it, governor or whatever, of New York wants to bring in these government-owned, government-operated grocery stores. And those stores will have the power to limit access to anyone that they want. You didn't get the arm ticket, guess what? No grocery store for you. Okay? Anything that the government has the power to give you also has the power to take away. All right? So these such stores are allegedly touted by proponents as a way to provide groceries to so-called food deserts and communities that have been abandoned by for-profit stores that decided that it wasn't worth the investment anymore for them to stay in business in particular areas. Well, these government-run grocery stores are a gateway to bureaucratic control. Look at the Mr. 19 era, okay? The mandates. They were weaponized to restrict freedoms from employment to education. Now imagine that power over something as basic as food, hence Cuba. Okay, this mirrors the same playbook: create dependency, then impose conditions. All right, remember when federal agencies, they strong-armed businesses and schools into forcing the arm ticket passports, okay? This isn't about food deserts. It's about centralizing power. Every dollar that is spent on these stores is a step toward eroding individual choice. Let private markets compete, not taxpayer-funded monopolies that can deny access on a bureaucrat's whim. Efficiency dies when the government holds the key to survival. China already has a social credit score that prevents one from shopping, from moving between gated communities and locking down their bank accounts if you don't behave as the CCP dictates. Do we really want that here in the United States of these Americas? No. A whole lot of people died to answer hell no. Okay? Once things like this start to get implemented, okay, we're going to start having that social credit score. Oh, I'm sorry, your social credit score is below what we will allow into this state-run or government-run grocery store. So sorry, you can't shop here. Oh, okay, sorry, you got a parking ticket. You can't shop here. Oh, you have a criminal history. Sorry, you can't shop here. Okay, that's how it's going to be. Okay, they will also control the prices, which means high quality versions of a product will be sold on the black market, like I talked about yesterday in the video about Cuba and what happens over there. So the food in the government stores will eventually be close to garbage. Rotted food, dented cans that probably have fermented beyond being edible. So they can also limit what you give to choose from and how you can buy it as well. Over there, a lot of those stores only accept American dollars. You may make 7,000 Cuban pesos a month for when you're a doctor or a teacher, but yet that only is equivalent to $28 American dollars. But yet, if you wanted to buy powdered milk, that costs $8. Now you're left with $20 to live off of. Make that make sense, okay? I mean, the worst part of these government stores is that they will operate at a loss and put every other grocer out of business, because as soon as that happens, the government stores will start limiting what they sell, eventually leaving empty shelves and hungry people. And if the store doesn't break even, guess who foots the bill? We do. In socialist and communist systems, the government has historically taken control of the production and the distribution of food through government-run grocery stores. So how are government-run grocery stores operated in some contexts? Well, you've got rationing systems that are implemented, where individuals receive ration cards, like I talked about yesterday, or they get coupons that allow them to purchase a specific amount of food at a set price. This prevents what they consider hoarding, okay? Like we, as people of the prepared mind, would not be able to be prepared anymore. That's what they want to stop. Okay. For instance, did you know that in the Soviet Union, before it became Russia, of course, they implemented rationing systems during and after wartime with different ration levels depending on factors like your profession. Yeah. So if you had a job that was not of anything of essential, you got less than what, say, who would be essential, like a doctor or a police officer or something like that, okay, or a government employee. You would get less. So then you would figure also in price controls. Did you know that in Venezuela, the government-run supermarkets sell price-controlled food? However, access is also limited to a few days a week based on what? ID numbers to prevent black market sales. So in a purely socialist system like Cuba, the government might also make all decisions regarding food production and distribution as well. So these are the things that I don't think people take into consideration when they go and they vote for a guy like that Zoran or whatever the heck his name is, Mamdani. When they say, oh, government-run grocery stores, oh, that's great. You know, I'll be able to use my food stamps or whatever. No, this is not what you want. This is the step in the wrong direction. This is a step towards socialism, communism. That's not what you want at all. Stay away from things like this. This is a scary, scary tactic. This guy is scary. They tried to pull this in Chicago, if you remember. With what the hell's his name? The guy that runs Chicago. And they put a stop on that real damn quick, which is, thank God for that. Okay? Because they tried to say that it was a food desert over there. Maybe if they stopped the damn crime that was happening over there, more businesses would be willing to stay open. Just saying. Okay? I mean, this is a real issue that the people of New York are going to be looking at if things are not dealt with in a timely manner and in a rational way, and you know, and if things aren't looked at logically. Okay? But do your own research. Okay? Look at where you live and just Google it and see if there's anything that comes up for a government-run grocery store in your area or in your state. and you'd be surprised on what comes up. Okay? All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless and God bless. Ciao.